InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings. It is I, once again, Tonya D, holistic medium and subtle energetic surgeon, merging the indigenous technologies with the energetic fields and centers, basically the subtle energy body. But today's daily snippet on December 18th is bringing in the juice of this cold full moon in the season of Gemini. It's going to be at the late degree of 27, super galactic juicy, even being on the galactic center to actually add to that flavor. However, we are at the degree right before the thread at the moment. Actually, we're beaconing to it, but in the elemental realm, which I just had up there, there we go, we have a yang metal, kind of dual yang metal energies, the Geng Zi. Elementally, I would for myself bring in the fire and the nature assets, go green, light a candle, red or green, it's kind of the season for that. But herbs, like again, the pines, the firs, just kind of nature forest kind of smells, fire to kind of warm us up and, converse with our ancestors, the realm of spirits. But with those two rats and the two yang there, the yang metals, it really is a day to feel kind of unconditionally loved and just making a great first impression, drawing people to you and just having the true charisma and being a natural magnet for just positive energy and light. Where people can really count on us and make wise wisdom kind of choices. And also knowing that we are blessed by the galactic universe. And also we're even supported by an abundant universe that's super juicy. So just being altruistic and do for others simply because it really is the right thing to do. Literally playing fair and also, having the same from others, doing the same for you and to you. So just having trust in your village and living up to that trust. Of course, there are also negatives to having these two rats. However, we've got a lot of metal energy to actually support and feed them. So I'm going to keep it positive in the higher octave light. I think we have enough adversity, I guess, in the world. And actually that water energy is positive performance or output for a metal person. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it super juicy and not go down the rabbit hole. It's kind of also a day where we could be pointing the arrow, the Cupid arrow, in the direction that really opens up our heart so we can actually feel that expression. It should be easy, enthusiastic, exciting, optimistic, and just really super galactic, right? Because we're kind of in the core of the Milky Way. So it is our vision barometer to be in the light of love, the journey of love, the gateway to open the door to an all-loving space, the oneness field. So when we devote our hearts to the super juice and believe it, we get to see it. So it's belief before sight. So if you stir the pot and add an ingredient that really doesn't stroke the fire of the heart, the soup's going to lose the flavor. The bread will not rise. So if your heart doesn't feel it, the dough isn't going to be ready. And in kneading the dough, the feeling that rises should be calm and peaceful, no issues of resistance. Your heart should just really feel excited. And nature is in its authenticity. It transforms and it shifts. So you could bring in the bread to the table. So just creating a solid foundation, a sacred space of even emotional security. So having doubt isn't really a security, it's a doubt. So you should really feel the peace, the love, the joy, the integrity, and the happiness, etc. So it's our heartfelt choice that really flows in these rivers. So with our third eye online, I actually grabbed a bunch of stones to stoke the fire that we could utilize. I'm not really going to go pick one. I'm actually going to go up through all of them. I'm hoping at least you have one of these stones, but let's grab. First one I have is actually amethyst. And honestly, who doesn't have an amethyst? I have an amethyst on my nightstand myself, right next to my bed, along with a selenite. And then I have little stones all over the place, we just kind of gravitate to them. But amethyst, when we talk about our third eye, it's, it sits in the center of our forehead. It's also known as the ajna. It's the seat of our intuition. So this is kind of the doorway to our deepest well of that inner wisdom, our clarity and all of the knowledge that we need to really access higher spiritual connection and contemplation. So it's the vision that looks inward and beyond the periphery of what our other two eyes can kind of see. It's connected to the celebrated and cerebral kind of sixth sense. But it is represented by the dreamy color of indigo. It flows with feminine energy. It's also associated with light and the lotus. So it's just a powerful gems that we're going to go through to stimulate the pineal gland that connects us to our own wisdom. And these are just the better choices for our third eye. So amethyst, you know, it's really no surprise that it really is the peace and the wisdom serene stone. It's at the top of the list, but it's this purple powered gem without, you know, a stacked third eye center, and even actually the crown as well. But amethyst is this sublime stone of spirituality, and it will do whatever it can to get us ready for that great awakening. It calms our frustrations. It can cut out headaches, brings just blissful sleep. So all of the physical factors can really directly impact our ability to tap into our third eye and access our own sense of ourself. But it also awakens our psychic abilities and invites us to always to leap higher and higher until we actually reach the pinnacle of our own beautiful being, our own essence of who we are. Then, dun, 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 dun. The next one is Lapis Lazulu. So this is like about truth and awareness that are reflected in this glittering blue and gold shades that really dress this impressive stone. It's full of soul, wealthy energy. It's a light wielder and loves to ignite open and honest conversation because of its adoration of speaking with authenticity. It also works with the throat center as well, but works its magic through the third eye and also the crown, pulling us in with this visionary powers. It grants us all that we need to kind of rouse our deepest intellect and pulling through those threads of wisdom and tapping into those visions that will really lend us a clear perspective and a powerful problem-solving stone. Then the next one I have is actually Labradite. And Labradite, you know, you can see 1,000 colors just flashing beneath the mirrored surface of this lovely stone. So, you know, one glance and you feel this mystical magic kind of creep into every corner. It actually starts at our throat center, so it ensures that our voice is clear and connected through our heart. But again, it's also connected to our crown, connecting to our mortal self with the splendor of the galactic wider universe that's so vast. But it's also the stone of transformation with the third eye, so it helps us to move through changes using our wisdom, our inner power, and just a better understanding of a bigger perspective, a galactic picture. Another awesome quality is the fact that it keeps us cloaked in protection when we're actually new to opening up our psychic powers, our psychic juice. Then actually Sodalite, which is also a great stone. This is blessed with like oceanic energy. It pulls us down to newer depths. So these new depths aren't about overwhelming us or causing us to kick against the surface, but they're really here to refresh us and bring us back into our power. I would say climbing back into our skin, but it's also savvy. It's for the throat center, but it's also coupled with the higher vibrations of the third eye as well. So we all know that this stone is like an award-winning combo. It's perfect for moving us out of a negative and into a positive light and just making sure that we keep connected to our inner truth, and it lends a sense of logic. So this stone calls us to balance our right and our left brain to really look at situations without getting swept away. So that's super juicy. And then this one here, this is hang on, I'm going to get rid of some of these that I have up. Okay. This is Azurite. This is like this blinging blue with lots of lofty connections. It really is a great stone for tapping into those psychic abilities and fine-tuning our vision, inviting cosmic connection into our world. So this really is a third eye stone. It's this emotional cleanser, and it connects us to our heart through and to the third eye. So when both of these centers can share the radiant energy flowing, it reminds us that we are always the source of our own wisdom, and that the more we practice listening to our body, the better equipped we are to sit in that powerful, peaceful, and just speak our authentic truth, which, you know, we should be anyway. And then we have Black Obsidian, which, whoopsie, let's leave that there. Black Obsidian. So this is just a higher vibration, and it murmurs the energies from the ground to the crown, but it's a trooper. So it works across all of the foundations, clearing and stabilizing our root center, shaking up our solar plexus, and encouraging our third eye to really embrace that wisdom. So it's a dark stone. It's amazing and awesome at removing those toxic frequencies and vibrations. It keeps our auric field just shining bright. So it's all about breaking negative attachments so we can break on through to the other side. So it's got this mirror-like magic that invites us to see further and deeper and really not shy away from the powerful truths that reside within us. So super juicy there. And then, don't want that. Then we have Citrine. So this one is sunny and bright. And I mean, doesn't everyone really have a Citrine? But it's all golden. It's got these vibrations of vibe and glory. It's like the sun sometimes. And we often link the summer sweetness of Citrine more to those lower energetic centers and those physical energy points. But it also has an impact on our third eye. Just to remember that everything is actually connected and it's sacred. It stirs up our passion, our creativity, and our confidence. And those energies are found in our solar plexus and our sacral. But these traits lead to a deeper sense of our self-wisdom. By only knowing our joy can we learn about the depths of our own soul. And this is exactly how Citrine actually works. Takes us into the pit of our soul. I would say our soul's harmonic. Then we have the clear quartz, which again, I think everybody has a clear quartz. But this is like a master healer. It shakes loose all of our blockages that are clogging us right up, you know. Its name even suggests that the clear quartz is clarity, clear-headed knowledge. So it gets to work on all of our energetic centers, again, to ensure the energy flows with ease and also grace. But it's a bringer of light and knowledge and our known intuition. So all these traits really work like a charm when it comes to the third eye and when we connect with our energy from tip to toe. So we have a better chance of obtaining higher connections and consciousness and just following our innate bliss, the being that really resides within us. Dun dun, and I'm almost done, I promise. Just kidding. I think I got 5 more to go. But this is low light. This is a stone of muses, and that's why I call my podcast The Musing Show. It's this intricate gem, and it's lovely in the mood as it is in makeup. So this sparkling violet or blue crystal is often connected to the crown, but again, it's the opener of our third eye. So it's all about balance and bringing our emotions to the middle ground so we aren't led by the spur of the moment moods, but instead we're using that deeper knowledge to access the answers that we really already have inside of us, along with balancing our masculine and our feminine energy. But it can also stir up our visions and encourage the astral travel. So not only is this stone used by muses, but it's also a stone of glorious exploration to take us out on those sacred journeys and those pathways. Then we have Leopardite. So again, these are all great for the third eye. So this one has these perfect pops of pink and purple just mingled in the magic of it. It's soothing. It's no wonder that it's famed for having high levels of lithium. So like for people, I'm thinking of mental disorders, lithium. But for those who find the drudgery of anxiety or dark depression, it keeps us from obtaining higher thinking. This could be the light that we need. So it's the crown center and the third eye. So it's a feast of just good, juicy vibes. It balances hormone cycles, stabilizes our body and our mind, and it really allows us to tap into those powers of intuition and trust. Not to mention the ability to finally find our place in this cosmic galactic universe as well, on top of that. Then I have Moonstone here. And the Moonstone, we want to call on this crone energy and let the light into our hearts. So this is like just radiant with the wise woman vibes, the crone, right? So this is the wisdom. I would call it the wisdom channel. But this stone really isn't afraid to invite us deep. Just like the prisms of night, it reminds us that walking through the light and the shadow will lead us to our truth. So the Moonstone really clears out the heart center, and it radiates this rare energy to connect us to our crown with the galactic universe, and also tunes up, gives our third eye the tune up. So it's this luminescent stone of new beginnings, and it wants us to wander down paths of truth and purpose and find our natural sense of harmony and calm. Dun, 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 dun. And next I have, let me get that off there. This is purple fluorite, which I don't know if I've ever talked about it before, but it reflects the rainbow, and it has this swirl of these potent shades of violet light. So it finds itself kind of shimmering with sublime promises to both the crown and also the third eye. So it's just a stone of mental acuity and excellence. It's known for sharpening all the tools in our box so that we can lead a life on the laurels of precision and also our prime directive, our purpose. Just shaking loose any creative blocks, inviting us to spin those dreams into the juiciness and the goodness, and granting us all of the confidence and the belief in our own inner voice. So this purple gem really gets us poised for moving forward and living our biggest life, and to just tune up our juice. I think we need this one actually for this galactic center full moon. Then we have black tourmaline, which I'm wearing one constantly, but this is actually a grounding root center stone, and it's also a healer of the root center, but it also sends the divine energy from the root to the rise. So even though it's dark and really protective in a powerful way, it just makes sure that we are forever protected and just keeping our root center in alignment. But it brings focus and mental clarity, and along with balance to our mind, so we feel solid and we're sure of our stance in the world. And it helps us out of the survival mode and into the deeper wisdom of our third eye, and also our higher thinking as well. And then I have kyanite, which I have a kyanite, a real one myself, super juicy. But this is like welcoming a shift in our perspective and embracing all of the soul support, our soul support system that we could ask for as maybe we go crazy for this stone. But this stone, literally, lovingly, it's shifting. It's got the salty sky moods. It's forever about the magic that comes from healing through the heart center, cleansing our throat, and also awakening our third eye. But it's all about self-discovery, but in a gentle, calm way. Serenity kind of comes to mind. It's inviting us to sink into the deeper meditations whenever we need to carve out some time and some space. And it also sharpens our memory skills and helps guide us towards more logical thinking when we're problem solving, if it's out of balance and more connected to emotional kind of overdrive. And then I have turquoise, and I believe this is the last stone, but this is a traveler's talisman. It's a stone that calls in luck and abundance. It's got the lush waters of turquoise within the stone. It's just a true treat for our third eye and our throat center. It's a totally calming crystal that washes away all shades of worry and anxiety, and gifts us with courage to utilize our own voice. It's a stone that values wisdom and truth and higher thinking, and even heavenly, otherworldly communication. So it wants us to turn compassion inwards to ourselves, because this is really what helps us to stay flexible, soft, and wise in a world with all these galactic sharp edges, if you will. That's kind of how I see that. So let's clear up these stones so we can continue the story here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I have way too many. There we go. Oh, one more. Dun, 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 dun. There we are. So now for the cards of the day. Sorry, I didn't realize I was going to be so long. But this super juicy card, I've actually pulled before, but I'm using my Seers deck. I thought about the Cosmic Consciousness deck, but I like the Seers. They spoke to me this morning. So again, we have the Eight of Swords, and this is just a gentle reminder that we really do create our reality, and to really look beyond the veil of illusion at our current limitations. Maybe we're projecting them. So if you're feeling trapped with no path to move forward, just remember that this too is a perspective that can also be lifted. So when we choose sovereignty over victimhood, we become the fierce wielder of that choice. We've got our own forge, our own sword. So we can be free, and we can free ourselves from the shackles and shift our outcome in a dramatic way sometimes by just accepting that we are the one person who is responsible for our own inner happiness, and really creating infinite portals of possibilities by really becoming the solution. You know, because we're never really stuck, are we? So it's just saying nurture our soul and spend the time we need to kind of transmit those feelings of helplessness. While we can't control every experience that is put on our path, we can definitely work on how we respond to each and every one in our village. So it's just letting go of those old stories, be vigilant of, it's okay to wallow, but be vigilant in it. And our thoughts that we might be hanging on to, past thoughts, and just reframing our experiences as lessons and really choose to heal those. Just be free to choose your healing and also your own kind of light. And since it's reversed, it's kind of an essence of feeling helpless and using our stories or our past experiences as excuses that kind of remain shackled on, like we don't let go of them. And then I have, which is a great card, right? This is the Seven of Swords, so it's kind of a swordy kind of day. Traditionally, it's kind of a warning for us about to be on the lookout about deception or betrayal or even thievery. But we can sometimes find ourselves the victim of somebody else's deceit. So it's kind of a nudge to act in alignment with our own highest morality and to be sure that we're being honest with ourselves about the nature of our reality at the current thread. Sometimes we pretend that everything's okay, that we're really doing the best that we can, even though we're not. And sometimes, sometimes this shows up as recklessness or maybe avoidance of responsibilities. So really take only what's needed and just remember, honestly, that no excuse kind of outweighs our own personal ability to really act from a place of love and also integrity. You really can't deceive your own heart, and the universe always knows, right? It's the witness to our truest intentions, our authenticity. So for us, alone and vulnerable under the light of the full moon, really the only thing that matters is the authentic truth. So it's saying, move forward with the lightness of consciousness to be that beacon, to be that guide, and just act from a place of love and morality and allow the universe to witness our honest intentions and our authenticity, right? Nature is authenticity. And then I have this card, which I pulled the other day. I love it, though. The Three of Pentacles. It reminds me of the Hattons and Urtical making those yummy rugs in the village, so super juicy. But this is just, this is an opportunity where we work together with others. And this actually, up close, when I was looking at it, it's a family. It's like it's a mom, a dad, and a daughter, I think. So the family is actually working together, creating their own round table, whether it's with your own family lineage or others, it doesn't really matter. Just blending these energies and creating something totally new. Looking for a collaboration within the conscious collective, I guess. Could be a mentor, an apprentice, or both, or maybe you are both. Just creating the good for the village. So it's really a lot of powerful magic when we work together. And this really is a community card, a card of creativity. It's a 3, it's our beliefs. So it's calling us forth to add our unique essence to the bigger global galactic picture. And just remembering that, relationships are based on our own well-being. So sometimes we do have to clean out the village. But this one's upside right. So if you're having trouble with others, find a way to create and be in alignment with your goals and cultivate more of a peaceful collaboration. Just having more beneficial relationships, ones that are more balanced. And everybody has their own wisdom and their own way of being, and kind of seeing that. And everybody also has something unique and enchanting that they can also bring to the table as well. So when our life paths get twined, and we strive to create a harmonic state, we're weaving our way in and out of one another's days as well. So, really welcome other people into your heart and just open those doors and those possibilities that actually might not have existed before, and just step into that vibration of conscious collaboration. So there really is no limit to what we can manifest when we're actually doing it together. Collaboration, right? So it's like today with this galactic juicy full moon, right? The cold full moon. But get your intentions ready, get your meditations, your offerings, What are some of the things that you're going to do for this full moon? Comment and share. So with the tides of change really on the horizon, these waves, we're both getting downloads and uploads at this juncture, So it's a time to put the idea into motion in order to manifest it in our realities. we've been planting the seed to manifest, to really make our belief a reality. So again, we have to believe it first and see it later. That's what's on the horizon. So the other reason that this galactic juicy full moon is juicy is it's on the galactic center. I don't know if I said that. So it's like the library in the sky has the record recording and sending those waves and frequencies out into the galactic core. And it's altering our karmic streams, those meta streams. So all of creation is having an update at the same time on the Earth school along with the galaxy. So our prime directive of our Earth incarnation is evolving into a new chapter, a new pie in the sky, really, an otherworldly reason. So for me, it's elevated super juicy because this moon is at the same degree as my sun sign. So it's galactic super juicy, just elevating what I feel and listening to my feelings and my intuition before I make my move. It's kind of like the chess game, and listening to those cosmic alert signals, crazy, weird feelings, you know, the memo out in the grid lines, just staying mindful of my feelings. So what I do manifest or what you manifest actually comes to fruition over the next 6 months. So really set those intentions with some good integrity. And this really is the door to having a new perspective in life, in Earth School, a new belief, living our purpose, our prime directive, planting the seed for the script. So it really is a time to release the reenactment of our actions. Remove that ingredient. It just take it out. So with that, believe in your higher octave self, take it to the limit, the God, the galactic universe, the channel of our intuition, our ancient otherworldly wisdom, our Om channel. For me, it's the sound of silence, or getting in the waters. So honor where you belong and honor a new innovative vision. Plant those seeds, put them in motion, be free to express, be grateful for the blessings and even the manifestations that are coming from the heart, bringing in our intuition to really be our guiding light in a way. So I would affirm that I really am in alignment with the galactic center, like it's the core, and planting those seeds of innovation into the future thread lines. So yeah, that's kind of it for today. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, I will see you on the other side. InShalla and Ashe. Make it super juicy. That's all I can say.